what's up? It's your host, Josh, with R-Rated Horror Commentary Podcast. Tonight we're watching Friday the 13th, Part 3. A kick-ass fucking movie from 1982. Goes without saying. And I have two guests with me here tonight. Zach from Revival House.
What's up, everybody?
Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, man.
No problem, man. Excited to watch some Jason.
Dude, we've been like jonesing to do some fucking Friday the 13th together for a while, man.
Mm-hmm. And the prophecy will be fulfilled.
Hell yeah. And our other guest is Andy. Andy from the Trick or Treat Cult on Horrorphilia.com. What's up, man?
Not much. I'm actually practicing my religion tonight. I just took my kid to a haunted trail in town and carried her around for 2 miles, so I'm ready to get drunk and watch Friday the 13th Part 3 with you guys.
Awesome.
Nice. Yeah, I was like, man, this guy fucking practices what he preaches, and he's out there living the dream.
That's right. Yeah, well, I guess you could call it a dream. I call it a nightmare most of the time, but do what I got to do.
The nightmare is your dream.
That's right.
Listen, before we get started on the movie, so the Trick or Treat Cult is kind of the new kids on the block, and do you want to tell us a little bit about your podcast and what's been going on there?
Sure. Yeah, we kind of focus. Obviously, you can tell by the name. We talk a lot about Halloween and shit like that, and same as everybody else do the horror movies. We want to get into some true crime stuff. We're both huge on serial killers and cults and stuff, and my partner Charlie is a big time paranormal guy. I'm not so much, but yeah, we just did a music episode for our last one. I know Zach Wells comes from the old Canadian Fearox exploited cinema camp, so he's kind of familiar with the music episodes. So we did one of those, and yeah, we've actually kind of taken most of this month off so far. We had originally planned to put out 4 shows this month, but kind of get caught up in the whole atmosphere of the month. We want to be watching movies and hanging out outside and doing the Halloween thing, so we really haven't been too active online. But after this month is over, we'll probably kick it back into gear and put out some more shows.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, I've listened to the 3 that you've put up so far, and I really like the dynamic that you two have. It's like, you guys are like these best friends who grew up enjoying Halloween horror movies together and stuff, and it brings an interesting element to it's kind of hard to we start a podcast in the horror genre, and there's some already floating around out there that are really good, and it's kind of like, somebody's going to start up a new podcast, and they don't always have the most unique voice, and sometimes some are a little bit better than others, and you guys have your own unique, cool thing on it. You could tell that you guys are really hardcore into Halloween, man, and that's like your thing. So
yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. And there's a lot of there's a few podcasts that do this commentary thing, but I know I listen to a lot of podcasts all day, every day, all week at work, and this is definitely one of the better shows for this format. So keep it up, man. You're really doing a good job on here, and I'm a big fan, and I'm glad to be here.
Well, shit. Thanks, man.
Me too.
That's awesome. Yeah. I always like to bring guests in on the show because I kind of think of the horror podcasting thing as a community of people, and it's cool to intermingle different podcasters that wouldn't normally come together, right. Say Matt, from Banana Laser mixed with Revival House is always a good time, something different. So yeah, man, we'll bring you on the show here and there, different movies or whatever, and just have a fucking party. You know what I mean?
That's what it's all about, man. Having fun. And a lot of these guys are doing a professional show, but me and Charlie, we sat here and we had these conversations, and we're like, you know what? Let's just fucking record what we're saying and basically put it out as a podcast. And if nothing else, we're the biggest fans of our own show. I think a lot of times we're probably the only ones listening to it, but we have a good time, and yeah, it's fun to be a part of this community, like you said.
Yeah, it's weird, man. These things take a little bit of time. I mean, we're only 7 months old, so we're still really new too, and we're still trying to figure out what our we just do mainly commentaries and a little bit more involved than just maybe talking about the movie. But I thought about doing a proper podcast, but it's just it just comes down to doing time. The cool thing about having the time to do them well, I wouldn't want to have to do something kind of half-assed. But a commentary, you could just put on the movie and then just have a good time, drink some beers, and boom, just go right into cutting it together and getting it up online. But
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird. It's like, it usually takes a while for like podcasts to kind of get their groove on, but you guys are really hit the fucking ground running, man. And like, you guys really have good production value, and it's just a fucking blast to listen to. So
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, you guys put some thought into it,
Right on.
I'll have to check it out. I haven't heard of it yet.
Yeah, we've only got 3 episodes, and it's been slow goings this month, but yeah, we have fun doing it, and basically like this, we're just sitting down, getting drunk, bullshitting, and it all ends up on the internet somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Right on, dude. Okay, so let's talk about fucking Friday the 13th Part 3D. Well, like for you guys, like how does this movie fit into your scope in terms of horror movies? Like, is it one of your favorites? Is it maybe one of your favorites in the genre?
I'd put it in like maybe top 5 in the series. I don't know if it's one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
Yeah, and this is one that I really didn't watch a lot throughout my life. I grew up on like Part 5 and Part 6 and Part 4 and Jason Takes Manhattan, the ones I can really remember. This isn't one that I really watched a lot growing up, and probably not even really one of my favorites in the series, to be honest, but I'm excited to watch it again because it's been a long time.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was like, I was definitely like Part 4, 5 definitely. I think 5 was my entry into the series, because it was just right in the proper time for me and the right age, and like we used to just like me and a couple of my buddies in grade school we had like a lending library of VHS cassettes of Friday, Halloween, and Nightmare on Elm Street, and we just swap them around, And I think my first Friday movie was Part 5, but then, of course, followed up with 6. And I think one of us had 4, but nobody had 3, I don't think. So I didn't really find 3 until later on. And I never really appreciated it because it really felt like, in terms of the tone, more kind of a hokey movie, dated, very dated. And like, I don't think I really understood, like, because I didn't see it in 3D, obviously, until real recently. And then, as Zach was saying, it's not really even proper 3D, with the red and blue.
The version on the Blu-ray and DVD isn't even the real 3D version. The original version that was in theaters, actually, the glasses were more like the sunglasses that we have now.
Right.
The version that's out on home video is like the 2D version, but they put the picture and the color red and blue to make it look like the 3D version.
Yeah. And, it would be really cool to see this movie in a proper 3D version in theater. I mean, that would be amazing. But my point was that, maybe when I was younger, when I saw it, there was a lot of weird things they do with pointing things in your face.
Yeah.
Kind of make it, like that don't make sense when you're just watching it on TV. And so it gives you a negative, a kind of a negative opinion about the movie. Now, this movie really has like grown on me. And like let's say like the last like 3 or 4 years, it's been bumped up in my opinions regarding this movie. I do like it a lot, but it's just a fun movie. That's the thing. It's like it has a vibe. It's very jovial, for the Friday series, especially if you compare it to like Part 1 and 2. It's just kind of goofy, kind of tongue in cheek. It's one of the first in this. It's definitely the first in the series that brings that humor element into the movie, into the franchise.
Yeah.
So, well, we got it queued up at the Paramount logo where it actually has the word Paramount on there and a Gulf Plus Western Company on screen, which is like maybe 4 or 5 seconds into the intro. So, Zach, why don't you do the honors and go ahead and count it down?
Okay.
And we'll hit play.
I'll say 3, 2, 1, but I'll say play. So press play on play. 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh yeah,
we watching that shit, baby. You think Bob Ross painted that picture of the Paramount logo?
I guarantee it.
I like to think he did.
Zach, does anybody ever tell you sound like Corey G?
Yeah, I'm actually on the BTM podcast, which Corey G was a guest host on for a while.
That was way back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a reoccurring joke where we talk about Corey G.
It's like the ghetto Steven Seagal.
Yeah, exactly. And we actually have a Corey G soundboard that I bring out every once in a while.
That's awesome.
Good times.
Dude, I have no idea what you're talking about. You'll have to tell me which podcast to listen to.
You're obviously way too high class to be listening to any of the shit that we listen to. Talking about like 70s porno movies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Corey G, he used to call into like, episodes of like shows and stuff. But he co-hosted a couple. He
had like 16 podcasts at one time. He was doing one every single day.
And then he just disappeared off the face of the earth. Got rid of his Facebook and left us hanging. We don't know what's going on with the guy.
So he was just like a guest that would drop in on the Behind the Mask stuff, like in the early days?
He actually was a part of the show for a while.
Oh, okay.
Is Behind the Mask, you guys still putting out episodes? I haven't heard from you in a while.
Yeah, Behind the Mask. We changed the website, but it's not up yet. So it's going to be called the Revival House now. And it'll be up once it's done. It's still getting fine-tooth comb through it and everything.
Right on.
That's probably why Andy, you didn't put 2 and 2 together, is because you probably weren't familiar with the Revival House name yet.
No, I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You guys rebranded.
Is this Steve Dasher or is this that Warrington Gillette cat?
Yeah, it's actually like they talk about that a lot. And from what I heard, Steve Dash was the Jason throughout most of the movie, and Warrington Gillette played him whenever he comes through the window where he's got the mask off. That's what I've heard. But then I think Amy Steele has said stuff like it's kind of similar to Poltergeist, with how people were like, oh yeah, Steven Spielberg directed it. Oh no, it was Tobe Hooper. It's kind of like that, because she says that a lot of the scenes she remembers doing was Warrington Gillette.
So this is one of those guys, like when at cons, like when he signs photos,
signs the other guy's picture.
He signs it. He signs it like the real Jason or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, there was actually a story I remember where Steve Dash kind of blew up at Warrington Gillette at a con because he saw him signing a picture of him in the movie. He's like, "This isn't you. You only played him for that one scene where you came through the window."
Yeah, it's pretty silly, man. It's like they have a tug of war going on with the ownership of.
Yeah, it's kind of like the guy that played Michael Myers in the unmasking scene of the original Halloween. That
was fucking Joni's brother from Happy Days, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
Tony Moran, I think, was Aaron Moran's brother from Happy Days.
He has these weird photos of just like, it's like Michael standing there, but his face is photoshopped over Michael's body. Since he doesn't have really good pictures of him in the movie, it would just be like a screenshot of his blurry face. So he makes up pictures to sign. This is always a staple in these movies. They always show the ending of the last one. I kind of like it, though. It's kind of like the Rocky movies.
Oh, yeah, dude. I like the recaps. I have no problem with them at all. Like, it makes sense. I mean,
I'm thinking about it. This is probably the one that I have seen the least.
Part 3 or part 2? Okay.
Part 3.
It's weird, man, because it grows on you after a while. It's a fun movie. I enjoy watching it.
This is actually one I saw as a kid. I did the only one I didn't see as a kid, and I think the first time I watched it was like when I was like 13 or 14. Was Part 7, The New Blood. And it's actually
fucking movie, man.
Yeah, it's actually my my least favorite in the entire original.
And that's it's funny you mentioned that, because that was like one of the movies that was like a long-standing favorite of mine for such a long time, and then when I really started dissecting these and looking at them more critically, I'm like, yeah, that movie fucking sucks.
Every kill happens off screen, pretty much.
I mean, I give Buechler credit for what he tried to do, but the fucking studio and the producer like shit all over it and censored it to high hell. So
that's true.
There's elements and things in that movie that I like a lot. It's just that it didn't come together. it doesn't really have a lot. The script is terrible. You know, the setting. I think one of the biggest downfalls is where they put it in like Louisiana somewhere in a swamp. You know, I mean, it's just It's like almost like a caricature of a Friday the 13th movie. You know?
Yeah, it's more like a parody than anything, really.
Yeah, it's like a broken version of Part 4. Or, I mean, Part 4, right? The final chapter. Kind of reminds me of that same setup, but just done worse, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this movie actually has some of the worst acting in the series. Some of the most hokey acting is in this movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but you know, it's weird because it kind of, I don't know why, but I feel like it kind of fits with like a campy, like 3D movie. And I fucking love this song, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably like one of my all-time favorite
that bass line,
like
though.
Halloween intros and like the weird disco. Like I would just listen to this song. Like I'll put this song on a fucking mix on my iPod and just mix it in with like, you know, Daft Punk or something, you know?
Yeah. Did you guys get that box set that has parts 1 through 6?
Everything pre-New Line Cinema.
Everything that Harry Manfredini did, because they got...
Oh, the CD box set are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got that. I've seen it, but I haven't gotten it.
I didn't get it because it's out of print now, but I found it online. It's pretty good.
Yeah, dude, I don't have it, but I would definitely pick up a copy if I have the money to buy it. I see it on sale somewhere, dude. I would buy it in a heartbeat. I need to get a box set for this series and for Halloween.
Mm-hmm. I got them both.
Yeah, I don't have the box set for Friday, but I have it for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've bought Friday movies like 10 times over, so I don't really, not too excited to go and pick up a Blu-ray set for it.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah. I would much rather have a nice, cohesive, interesting box set, you know, with some maybe like special features or something on Blu-ray than like have these like scattered DVDs around. But I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, I already have it. Am I going to go out and spend like $80, $90 on a box set?
Well, I got Crystal Lake Memories, so I mean, what are they really going to? How much more can they add to a Blu-ray box set that's going to make it worth buying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to get that for sure. That and the Halloween box set, but...
Oh, look, he looked into the camera to make sure he didn't hit it with the stick.
That's pointless.
Yeah. This guy's such a fucking doof.
This was always a thing back in the day. Like, it's funny because people kind of like, they give 3D props now for like, oh yeah, it's not, they don't just use it as a gimmick. It's just something extra. It's like, what's the point of that? It is a fucking gimmick. Just put something in front of the camera and make it look like it's coming out at you. I almost rather them do that.
The weird thing is though, dude, is that like when I watch this, like even with the cheapy glasses that comes with a DVD, I watched it and it actually does do a little something, you know, like it's not distracting, first of all. And second of all, it does bring a little bit of extra enjoyment to the movie, if you can believe it.
Yeah. It's kind of 3D is always distracting for me because I wear glasses and it's hard to fit fucking 3D glasses over my glasses. So I just got to take my actual glasses off and it's blurry and shit.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
I guess I could get contact lenses.
Four-eyed pile of shit.
Oh, there was fucking Jason. The first. How did he shave his head?
Maybe he's just got like advanced balding and he just balded naturally.
Yeah, he's got Michael Berryman disease.
Yeah, but even whenever they're balding, I think it just comes out in clumps. They don't just go completely bald. They got to shave it.
He's pulling it out because he's stressing because he can't get no pussy.
And this is just a couple hours after the end of part 2, where we saw him come through the mirror. He had all kinds of hair.
Yeah, he had a bunch of stringy. He was a ginger, right? He's like fucking red hair or something.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that fucking rage, he's got to be redhead.
Mm-hmm. And Michael Rooker, the first R.I.P. Michael, he's the first Jason that passed away.
Michael Rooker's still alive. He's the cat that was in Henry. You're talking about.
Richard Brooker.
Yeah,
they have similar names.
Brooker, not Michael Rooker.
Yeah,
This isn't. We're not watching Guardians of the Galaxy, dude. Come on, pay attention.
I'm going to start an internet rumor. The Walking Dead fans are going to be putting flowers in front of Rooker's house.
Yeah, I'm terrible with names anyway. You can listen to our show and see that.
That's okay, Zeke.
Zeke the plumber.
Fuck, I can watch some Salute Your Shorts tonight. That'd be tits.
We actually did a commentary for that episode of Salute Your Shorts.
I'm sold.
Yeah, you know what's weird is I'd never heard of that show until you guys mentioned it on your podcast.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is Salute Your Shorts? I totally missed that train completely.
It's probably after your time. Yeah, it's 90s Nickelodeon show.
How old are you guys?
I just turned 40.
Holy fuck. Older than dinosaur shit.
Yeah, dude. Tell me about it. I just rounded a huge corner, man. Fucking turned 40 September. How old are you, Zach? I don't think I ever asked you.
28.
You're definitely younger. Yeah, you're definitely a few years behind me. But what about you, Andy?
I'm 29.
Okay, so I'm the elder statesman here. Yeah, I was already like listening to grunge and trying to finger bang chicks in high school when that shit was probably going on, you know?
Before I was even born. This movie came out before I was born. You know what's funny? As a kid, I always thought that was fucking Cheech from Cheech and Chong. I was fucking racist.
Yeah, they totally.
But it's funny. It's funny because later, fucking Chong shows up. He's a stoner in the van.
He does?
Yeah, he looks. Yeah, it's another lookalike. It's bootleg Chong and bootleg Cheech.
Oh, it's not really him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just totally obvious that like Cheech and Chong were like this huge thing at the time. I mean, they were like a cultural phenomenon at the time. You know what I mean? They were like mainstream. So obviously they were trying to put a little bit of that flavor into this movie. So they have these lookalikes. Mm-hmm. There's definitely a Chong lookalike later on.
Yeah, he's one of the main characters in the group.
It's a big motherfucking rabbit.
Yeah.
It's an eater.
Nice. Yeah, I'm all like caught up on this movie. I just watched it like a couple days ago. I watched the Monster Vision version with Joe Bob Briggs.
Oh yeah, dude! I've been dying to like watch those. I haven't had the time because like you gave me the Google files, I think, or Aaron did. I don't know. Was it you?
Yeah,
no, you did, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've got. I'm just dying to watch those, but I really have not had fucking time in the last couple of weeks since you gave them to me. So, but I'm looking forward to it because I used to watch that guy. I mean, all that, you know. Those late night fucking horror shows on like TNT and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Rhonda Shear and, you know, all that
Gilbert Gottfried, fun, yeah.
Yeah, Gilbert Gottfried. And man, I really wish they had
fucking taking a dump and drinking JD. He's got it made.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he knows what he's doing, dude. I should put some whiskey in my fucking toilet tank. That's what happens when you get fucking married, dude. Is like you gotta fucking start hiding shit in your little spots.
When you guys see a guy with a butt chin, do you ever get the urge to sodomize his chin like I do?
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no because this is public. But yes, I do.
You get turned on when you look at. Do you have like a little cache of fucking John Travolta folders on your or pictures on a folder on your desktop?
You got me.
I jack off to the movie Michael.
Exactly, Face Off.
Phenomena.
Mm-hmm. This is kind of weird for a Friday the 13th movie. They're getting all like slow building right in the beginning. They usually save that for later. Usually the beginning is just a quick little introduction. Well, I guess part 2 was kind of the same way. Never mind. What I just said is fucking stupid. Disregard it.
Forgotten.
Yeah, this one definitely is. That's the worst like death face ever. Like, fucking, this is the shitty acting you were talking about. I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, this. I always got the impression that chick, she looks like she's like 20, and they're trying to make her look like she's in her 40s.
Yeah, they do that with some actress. The actress that's in Halloween 6 too. The one that plays Deborah, the mom, is like just some like young, ugly chick in like an old lady's wig and mom jeans. Like,
yeah. That was a good commentary too. The part 6.
No, thanks, man. Yeah, you guys did a good job on that one too. I think.
Yeah,
that's an easy movie to do, man. That movie's just got so much to talk about, and it's just ridiculous. And we had a good group together that night, so it was a fucking blast. But yeah, this movie definitely is like a fucking departure away from the first two. You know, it's the first time it's seeking out a formula. You know, it's just trying to. You know, it doesn't feel anything like the first two movies at all. You know.
Yeah.
They bring in the
good looking trim in this movie already.
I think up until this point, this had like the best looking. Oh, you can see the boom mic right there.
I was looking at the fucking boom mic. I was looking at her boobs.
Yeah, it was before she got out. There's you guys played the video game at all?
No, man. Dude, I'm so out of video games. I'm an old man.
There's a counselor that's made to look like the main chick right there with the same outfit and everything.
Did you just have two bigger pixels where her tits are supposed to be or something?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, this is like some of the best looking cast women in the series up until now.
Definitely, dude. These are the hottest chicks, I think, in the whole franchise.
Mm-hmm. I guess they found Shelley fucking on the street handing out flyers for some kind of horror movie, and they're like, "Oh, you want to be in one?" So yeah, he's not an actor.
That's cool. I mean, he's great in this movie, though. I mean, he's not a good actor, but I love his character in this movie.
I always like his character. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's the annoying nerd or whatever, but he's like the comic relief or something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's a great little story. Is like, you know, how he just ended up in this like crazy horror movie, and he got to introduce the fucking hockey mask to Jason. Man, like that's a fucking claim to fame.
Exactly.
And he's a lawyer now, I hear.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Well, he's Jewish, right? I mean, come on,
that's true. Very true. He's either a lawyer or a rabbi. That's all they can be.
Who do you think's the best looking chick in this movie? I actually think the chick that just walked out might be my favorite. Here's the Chong bootleg.
Yeah. Fucking ripping bongs in the back of the van and shit.
He's in the video game too.
I never played any Nintendo games. I was a Super Nintendo kid.
I'm talking about the newer one that came out.
Oh, no. Fuck. I ain't got that kind of bread. Yeah. I got no fucking PlayStation 4.
See, my thing, I mean, I've watched videos of the people live streaming it and stuff just to check it out, see what the gameplay is like and what the graphics are like. So it looks really cool. Just for me, it's like if I open that can of worms, man, like I'm not getting anything done. I mean, they just released it on like regular format, you know, Xbox.
On disc, yeah.
I'm tempted. I mean, I have an Xbox and stuff, but shit. I mean, I've had fucking the Ghostbusters game for Xbox for like 3 years now, and I haven't even like played it once because.
Oh, that's a good one.
I know, but that's the thing is like I know once I fucking start it on that, like, you know, when I start fucking playing a video game, like nothing gets done.
Yeah, there's just so little time.
Yeah, dude. I just need like a vacation period of like 3 days where I can just like, you know, load it and play it. But I think what they've put together is really fucking cool, though. It's like I finally did it justice, and like, you know, they're gonna just keep improving it and putting, you know, they're just gonna keep coming out with better versions of it. I'm sure it's finally like, you know, they've made a horror game that is true to a franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Usually they find a way to screw these kind of things up, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You guys know what the original script for this movie was?
No.
You ready for this? Originally, the original script had Amy Steele's character coming back, and it was going to take place in a hospital, I think. So they were going to do Halloween 2 before Halloween 2 existed. But Amy still refused to come back.
I bet she regrets that shit.
Yeah, she says she does.
Probably working at fucking Walgreens right now.
Actually, I fucked it. It wasn't going to take place in a hospital, but a mental institution. So
she probably thought she was. Amy still probably thought she was going to be the next like Laurie Strode, the next fucking or not. You know what's her name? Fucking.
Yeah, I don't even think she was above it. I think she just happened to be doing other projects whenever they asked her. She had other stuff lined up. Here's the new Crazy Ralph character.
Yeah, right.
I think they made a mistake killing off Crazy Ralph. They should have kept him around.
Well, they kind of do in different forms throughout the movies, like, you know, but they just... It's like an essential part of these movies for some reason, and you know they just got rid of the original, unfortunately. But he gets strangled on a tree somehow. But a
really short tree that he could reach his arms around.
So is that supposed to be like some sort of livestock?
It's definitely not a human eyeball.
Yeah, it's weird looking. He says that Jason gave it to him, though.
He was being nice, gave him a gift.
Yeah.
This is like the fucking dirtiest film negative in the movie I've ever seen.
I know, it's fucking terrible.
Is it on the DVD?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they couldn't fucking be bothered to fucking dust off the negative before they transfer it or something.
Yeah, Paramount was always like that with this series too. Oh, look, he's wearing a fucking flannel shirt. Must be Jason.
He's a red herring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chris is fucking hot.
No, she's my favorite. She's my favorite. Believe me, I've thought about this a lot, and I've basically decided that she's the banana peel, probably.
Mm-hmm.
To quote Banana Laser, to steal from the Banana Laser. Yeah, she's the banana peel back, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I like the black chick from what is it, Part 4, from the biker gang.
Oh, she's in this one.
Oh yeah. No, I'm kidding you.
And her gang, she's friends with Dave Chappelle. I always thought that dude looked like Dave Chappelle. See, look, this guy's the worst actor in the movie, I think.
She's like pregnant, right? In this movie?
No, the other chick that was.
The other. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, like right away, he's just trying to fucking stick his dick in her.
Yeah.
No,
I can't really blame him, though.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking creepy ass Rick and shit.
Yeah, he's the worst actor in the movie, I think.
Yeah, he's very
hammy.
Stiff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stiff, you know, just.
He's making me stiff. Yeah, it's kind of weird that Richard Brooker was the first Jason to die, because like the oldest Jason to play him was Ted White in Part 4, and he's actually like 91 years old now.
Yeah, he's still kicking it, man.
I met him a couple years ago. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's probably my favorite Jason.
Yeah, mine too.
I was reading that they had the for Brooker, he was tall, but he wasn't really built, so they had to pad him out with a bunch of foam and shit to make him seem stockier. Mm-hmm. Which is why you always see this like gangly fucking wrists hanging out, like, you know. I don't know if you notice that, but he's got these gangly wrists that are always hanging out. Like it's kind of like a hallmark of his look.
Yeah.
But I like his version of Jason, especially at the end in the window, and he's like going crazy. Like,
yeah, that's a creepy shot when it shows him looking out the window.
Yeah, creepy as shit.
Did you guys know that Stan Winston was originally going to do the effects for this movie?
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and have you ever seen the? I think it recently was kind of unearthed. Is the original like alternate ending for this where Jason decapitates Chris?
No.
If you watch that, like his Jason's makeup looks a little different, and the mask he's wearing is a little different, and that's I've heard that was Sam Winston's original designs.
Huh, I didn't know that. Where'd you find that info?
I don't remember. Maybe it might have been IMDb. And I remember they talked about the original ending and showed screenshots on the Crystal Lake Memories, but I think they just unearthed the video footage of it.
Dude, how fucking great is that Crystal Lake Memories, man? That's just like an easy 7 hours to kill right there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good. I like.
They did a really good job on that.
And Never Sleep Again's great too.
Oh yeah,
that was directed by the guy that did the Halloween 6.
Yeah, Michael Ferrens or whatever, the writer, right? Yeah,
he found his calling.
I can't wait till they do one on the Ilsa series.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that'd be great.
None of the movies are connected.
No, but they're all great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just saying to Zach earlier, I listened to the Death Twitch. Did a commentary for the Halloween 2 TV cut.
Okay.
Just put up. Really fucking good, dude. Check it out.
I got to catch up with that. I haven't listened to your guys' show yet.
Did he? I saw that he's having trouble uploading that.
He usually just does all audio for his commentaries, but he wanted to do a version with the movie, and every time he uploaded it, the copyright infringement thing hit him on YouTube, and they just would take it down. So he just put the audio up, but I was like desperately looking for a version online so I could watch it with the movie, the TV cut, and I couldn't find one. And then I just, for some reason, went into Dropbox, and he put it in my Dropbox. Oh yeah. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Did you put this in here for me so I could watch it? He's like, yeah. I was like, fuck, kick ass, dude. Thanks, appreciate that.
Yeah, it's on the Scream Factory version. They put an extra disc in there.
Yeah. But I unfortunately don't have that. My Halloween collection's a little lacking.
Yeah, I bought the box set because at that point I think I only had the VHSs, so it justified me double dipping for it.
Yeah.
Fucking Shelley, the little prick, man.
He's a hell of an effects artist.
Yeah. I always like when they put characters that are kind of like horror fans. Kind of seems like they're put there for us. Even though he's kind of annoying. That was harsh. Leave him alone. He doesn't know any better.
Every fucking pussy in that room just dried up, dude. This guy does not know it. He's just like, he just totally fucked himself for the whole weekend.
He thought that would break the ice.
It's Ted Bundy coming out of the fucking barn.
Yeah, right. Yeah, nice observation. Yeah, that was interesting that you were saying there was some museum somewhere that has his actual fucking Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah, in Tennessee, there's a big true crime museum that's got John Wayne Gacy's clown outfits and his paint kit and OJ's Bronco and Bundy's Beetle. And
that's so fucked up. Like, how do you get that shit? It's just...
I don't know. I wish I was a fucking millionaire so I could have it in my garage.
Yeah, right?
Drive that shit to work.
Can you imagine, like, fucking sitting in, like, Ted Bundy's fucking Volkswagen Beetle? Just, it'd be, like, fucking creepy vibe, man.
I know the guy from Korn had it for a long time, the lead singer from Korn.
Jonathan Davis, he's been on an episode or two of BTM.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a soundboard version of them.
Oh.
Yeah, these chicks are fine, baby.
Oh yeah.
I want to see them les out. That one chick is the one that's pregnant. It's like a TV news anchor now or something for some local station.
Yeah, right.
Which one's pregnant?
The one that is dating the guy that likes to stand on his hands. Yeah, the names are really hard to remember in these movies. We get the reprise of the song. Bum, bum, bum. It kind of doesn't fit here, though. Seems like they just didn't have anything else to play over the radio.
So, Andy, you were saying you're into the black chick here? This is like
Yeah, I was kidding.
She's not ugly.
she ain't bad, man.
No, she's pretty ugly.
Oh, you so mean.
Calls him like I sees him, bro.
Ma'am. Why are they so confrontational?
It's a race war.
Oh yeah, the fear was going on back then.
I guess.
The 80s, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's hot.
Yeah, she's a close second to the other chick for sure.
And that's the chick he's trying to sleep with. He thought pretending like he was dead was gonna oil those panties up. He's such an idiot.
He does like kind of redeem himself here a little bit though.
Yeah. We're getting ready to see my boy Dave Chappelle break their windows.
He's got a tall boy.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the days when you could just drink a tall boy out in public, nobody gave a fuck.
We need to bring him back.
He looks more like a skinny Louis Gossett Jr.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with you on that one. I don't see the Dave Chappelle other than being bald.
Yeah,
it's actually it's only one shot. It's when he smiles here in a minute that I always think that he looks like Dave Chappelle.
Have you guys seen Chappelle lately? He's all buff and shit. He's been like working out and
is he?
Yeah.
Some of his recent specials, and he's like talking about he's like, I actually fucking eating food and working out now. And like,
I always like that little smile Shelly gives back to him, like, oh, it's okay. He's fine with it. It's funny how the windshield breaks like that. No windshield would break.
Oh,
like
dude.
That.
Oh, totally. Yeah, well, plexiglass breaks like that, but not fucking actual glass.
They obviously did it because they wanted it to look like his fist came through the camera.
Yeah, that's definitely plexiglass or something.
And they somehow find him. At this point, it's like, how the fuck are they going to chase him and find him? But they do.
I think it was maybe just a coincidence that blue bikini looks fucking fantastic, by the way. But no, I think it was maybe just were they stalking them, or were they just kind of like just found them like kind of randomly when they saw the van or whatever? Or I
guess the dude whose car that is lives there, so maybe they just seen the car around. Maybe it's possible. I always laugh because she says, "Oh, that was so close," but he actually hit her. It's like it wasn't close, bitch.
Yeah,
why are you lying?
Be bouncing a yo-yo off her nose. I'd use my nuts.
What happened to your windshield, man? Yeah, what's the company that put this out? Paramount. They also put out like Up in Smoke. They could have just put them in there.
They were asking too much money.
Probably. I remember hearing Cheech and Chong saying that like that was a big mistake, was like doing a movie with Paramount. Like apparently they're pretty hard to work with.
I think those guys were on top of the world at the time, and probably saw this as beneath them or something. It's weird because, like, you know, I don't think their appeal lasted. I don't think it lasted the test of time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those people don't know who the fuck. You know, it's like Gallagher. It's like, you know, it was big, huge thing, and then it just kind of faded away in obscurity. And they're like, I'm sure they fucking regret it now. It's like, oh, we should have done that movie.
Why haven't they made the Gallagher vehicle movie? That would have been great. He could have been a serial killer that fucking just smashes pumpkins into people.
Yeah, just smashes people's fucking heads with his mallet and shit.
I said pumpkins. I meant watermelons. It could have been the Halloween movie, though, and it changed it to pumpkins.
Dude, would you be playing with a fucking yo-yo if you had a hot chick in a bikini, a fucking Carrie Fisher lookalike, waltzing around in a fucking bikini?
Yeah, he's stupid. He's walking around with his hands. Like, why would you do that?
Maybe he's in the closet.
All the blood would have been rushing. Maybe that's why he's trying to get the blood to go back to his head after they have sex.
It's easier to just blow your nut instead of trying to walk on your fucking hands.
Best line in the movie.
I'm going to start dressing like that, Cat.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, I think, is going to be at our local HorrorCon in a few weeks. Him and Tom Matthews.
Yeah, we were talking that Josh actually lives in Jason's neck of the woods, and he's never been to the Camp Crystal Lake. But yeah, apparently it costs a lot to go hang out there because it's private property.
Yeah, they're really defensive about people trespassing there, and then they raffle off tickets every year, and it's like $150 for a fucking ticket. And I'm like, well, I'm a huge Friday fan, but at the end of the day, it's just a fucking lake in New Jersey. I mean, there's tons of them out here. So it's like, I just couldn't pull the trigger on it, you know, like it just seemed like they're fucking raping the fans, you know, it's just.
I would almost be tempted to fucking just sign up to be a camp counselor because this isn't a real camp.
Yeah. The North Bergen Boy Scouts,
mm-hmm.
the Camp Nobi Bosco. North Bergen Boy Scouts. Yeah. No thanks.
Was the second one filmed there too? The same area?
Yeah, I think part 1 and 2 were the only ones that were filmed on that lake.
Yeah.
This was actually the lake in the quote unquote lake in this movie was completely man-made, artificial. All this shit was built for the movie.
Yeah, I heard all this is like built the cabin and the barn here. But it's still there.
Really?
Actually, no. I think it was still there, but a fan visited it, and he tried to build a fire in the cabin where they actually have a fire going in the movie. But I think I read that it wasn't actually built to really have a fire in it, and he ended up burning the place down.
Yeah, the actual cabin is gone, but the barn is still there apparently.
Yeah.
But it makes it into the next movie, Part 4.
Mm-hmm. We should just have a burping contest. We fill up our drinks and try to burp each other. I don't have a drink though.
I went and bought a bottle of JB Scotch because I've been seeing it in a lot of the giallos I've been watching.
Hell yeah! You guys did the Night of the Creeps, and you guys got the same shit that what's his name drinks. That was a great idea.
No, Wizzel had the cans of fucking High Life, which I didn't even think about that. Because he's such a fucking big what's his name? Fucking
Atkins.
Yeah, Atkins fan. He's like, I've got the fucking 40 ouncer or 32 ouncer of fucking High Life. I was like, shit, man, I'm sitting here drinking Bud Light. I should have thought of that. But yeah, I mean, he was down in the fucking the big cans of fucking High Life that night. The champagne of beers, man.
Good idea.
Atkins is probably the coolest guy I've ever met at a convention. He's pretty cool.
Oh, you got to meet him? That's cool, man. That would be cool to. I'm sure he's pretty chill about embracing the movies he's done and whatnot. And
Yeah, I've had him sign a Select-A-Vision disc of Halloween 3. It says, Andy, I could use a drink, Tom Atkins.
Oh, nice. I'm sure that guy signed so many fucking bottles of High Life, like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just like Billy D. Williams in the fucking Colt 45, man. Like, because he did all those fucking Colt 45 fucking commercials. So everybody gets these like 40 ounces of Colt signed by Billy D. when he used to do conventions.
Yeah, I've seen him at a convention here a few years ago.
You guys been overloading on the horror movies for October?
I haven't, man. I got 2 kids. It's hard to watch anything.
Yeah, I just started kind of picking up on it. I watched that the Babysitter Netflix movie.
Oh yeah,
Zama.
I don't think it came out this year.
Oh
no, I saw that. That looked interesting because it was like
yeah, I was surprised. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was good.
Recommend checking it out.
Honestly, like the best thing I've seen so far is Gerald's Game. That really fucking rocked my world, man. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah.
Did you guys see The Void?
Yeah,
Yep.
I liked The Void all right. It had visually, it was a lot of fun. It had some cool. It had a lot of nice nostalgia appeal to it and stuff, but it had some issues.
Yeah.
Didn't really. It wasn't a very a cohesive movie. It didn't. I think the script was kind of a little fucked up, but I like what they were going for. I liked what they were going for, but I don't think it's necessarily a good movie per se. But also, I liked, surprisingly, thought Annabelle Creation was decent. When I thought I was going to fucking hate that movie, but because I really hate the prequel, sequel, fucking rushed piece of crap thing that the studio's been putting out. And obviously Annabelle, the first one, was terrible. Actually, Annabelle Creation wasn't bad.
I was going to go watch the second one, but then I was like, yeah, I saw the first one and I don't remember anything about it. So I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't see Annabelle Creation yet.
I would recommend it. I mean, I wouldn't like run out and buy the DVD, but you can find a torrent or something online and watch it and you'll be entertained. There's some nice imagery in there. It's dark,
I think they should stop beating around the bush and completely bring back the killer doll genre.
Yeah.
Just have a doll walking around.
Cult of Chucky just came out. I haven't seen that, but I've heard some pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it'll kill time. I liked it all right. The ending fell flat, but I thought the last movie's ending fell flat too.
I'll just put it to you this way. The kills were excellent. The rest of the movie was just fucking horse shit.
Is it a CGI Chucky then, or what?
No,
there was a lot of real puppetry in it. There was a lot of. They just changed the look, but there was a lot of real puppets in it. So I'm not putting down the actual Chucky doll at all. It was just the environments. I really didn't like the sort of sterile environments that they put they based the movie around, like just really created a tone that I didn't enjoy, and the script is really shitty and somewhat confusing and just half-assed and you can watch it and just on a superficial level enjoy it, but when I watched it, I was like, I like what was the one before?
Curse of Chucky.
Yeah, Curse of Chucky was way better. I like that. I actually enjoyed that a lot more. So,
see, I didn't really like Curse of Chucky too much. I thought Cult was a little better.
You guys watch American Horror Story Cult? Are you guys into that stuff?
I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes. I haven't DVR'd. Haven't went past that yet.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good season.
I've been watching that series religiously since it started, and it was so good when it first started out because it was really kind of.
I still think the first season is the best.
Yeah, I mean it was very unique and different, and kind of controversial, maybe a little bit and stuff. And then I don't know, the last season, the one with Kathy Bates, was fucking horrible.
The Roanoke.
So bad. Yeah, so bad. I was like, man, they're jumping the shark big time.
I didn't hate that one. I thought it, like the first 5 episodes, I liked how they did it, the format change and stuff. But like once it became like they're going back and it's going to be, you know, it reminded me too much of Halloween Resurrection. And I was just, man, I hate Halloween Resurrection.
I mean, it had its moments for sure. There was some cool, gory stuff in there, whatever. But I was like, man, this is fucking. I don't know. I mean, I like Kathy Bates. I think she did a great job. But as far as like the context of it all, I just didn't enjoy it. And I was like, this show's going to get canceled for sure. And then they came back with this new season. I've been watching episodes. I think I've seen like 2. And I'm like, man, I do not want to like think about and ponder politics while I'm trying to enjoy some fucking.
Yeah,
you know, some horror, you know?
Stuff like that makes it too real. You just want to forget shit like that.
Yeah, I like how they play both sides, though. I mean, they go liberal and conservative and kind of make both of them look crazy.
It's not like biased or anything. I mean, they're being fair or whatever, but I can give them props too for trying something really bold. I mean, they're trying to, you know, to tie it into the current times, which is something new. But I don't know, man. It's just. I'm going to keep trying a couple more episodes, see if maybe it grows on me or something. But
it was pretty good. The last episode was kind of cool. It was a lot of it was about the Zodiac killer, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I like that show when it's a little bit more fantasy oriented, you know. But I like the season with Lady Gaga was fucking fantastic.
Like that. See, I wasn't a huge fan of Hotel.
Hotel, yeah.
Coven was my favorite.
I actually haven't seen Coven yet. That's the one season I skipped.
Coven was good too, man. That was a really good season, I thought. But I don't know. It kind of feels like that show is peaked and it's come and gone and needs to go away, you know? Like,
yeah, I definitely think it's lost a lot of its horror element.
Yeah.
I'm going to go grab a drink real quick, guys. I'll be right back.
Hell yeah, man.
Go get some JB.
Have yourself a big 40. Just party.
All right, I'll be right back.
Hey, it's the party man. Oh yeah. We're seeing.
Would you fucking bang a chick in a hammock?
I would try. It does seem like it might be hard. Like the gravity and everything will be working against you.
Yeah, you'd have to spoon. I think spooning would probably be the way to go in that scenario, you know?
Mm-hmm. Or just have her sit on it and use it like a swing. And you just stand up. This is a good scene. This brings up the debate on whether or not Jason like raped her. I never got that. Seeing this, I did see that this is one I saw as a kid, so it never really got in my mind that he raped her. But yeah, I can see why people thought it.
Yeah, I never really bought the rape thing. I mean, I think he just, you know, assaulted her in some way, but I don't think he sexually assaulted her. I don't think Jason's a sexual, you know, I mean, that's just not in his wheelhouse. He's just, you know.
Yeah, you never really see him doing that.
Yeah. I think people are reading into it a little bit, but
it's probably like the whole like she says she woke up and her parents never said anything about it. They're kind of like wondering if it was like they were embarrassed to say something. I don't know. But yeah, like you gotta figure like, okay, so what did happen? Did the dad happen to find her, fight off Jason and just take her back home? Or did she get away and just kind of black it out?
Yeah, it's weird. It's like
I think that's kind of what I thought. She just got away on her own and made it home and just fell asleep and blacked it out.
Yeah. Like one of those weird things that might happen to you, bumping into a stranger when you're a kid or something. And, you know, but it's interesting. They try to do a little character building here. You know, it's like with a little bit of backstory. It's unusual for like one of these types of movies. It's like,
yeah, this is a creepy fucking scene too, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
They actually give you a flashback, man.
He also like almost looks like the Toxic Avenger in the scene.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's got the face. Yeah, he's got the face.
This is exactly like me and my wife's first date.
I guess they want to just like give it some gravity for the ending of the movie or something, you know, like Steve Miner was just trying to give it like a, you know, to help out the ending of the movie, you know, the crescendo, and she survives and she's in a canoe and all that. And
yeah,
you know, I mean, it's just basic movie making. They don't really go into characters too much anymore in these movies and stuff. So, I mean, I can applaud them for at least trying to give you some fucking idea of like why this chick is traumatized and why she's all fucking nuts at the very end of the movie, you know?
Yeah.
Dude looks like he's wearing Pamela Voorhees sweatshirt.
Yeah, it does. They should have gave him a Cosby sweater.
Fuck yeah. I don't think that was in style this early in the 80s yet.
Mm-hmm. You just left your fucking car on over there. You're an idiot.
I think that guy's supposed to be Ted Bundy, I'm telling you. You guys been getting into the Halloween season? Do anything special?
Yeah, just been watching movies. My niece is like, she's 3. I don't know what she got. I'm gonna definitely like try to go out and visit some houses with her and stuff.
Yeah, that's how old my oldest kid is.
I'm excited for her to start wanting to be scary shit for Halloween. She just wants to be like the cutesy shit.
Yeah.
I gotta think of a costume for this Halloween. You guys still get dressed up and go to parties or go out to the bars or whatever?
We're having a Halloween party at our place. Yeah, we're having a Halloween party at our place here next Saturday.
Oh, cool. What's the address? I'll come by.
Yeah, I'll send you an invite, man. Shoot me an address.
I'll bring you some fucking Jack Daniels or something.
Yeah, you're in. That's all. That's the cover charge right there.
Yeah, me and my girlfriend, I think, are going to go to a Halloween party. So we've only dressed up once, like, and that was a couple of years ago. And last year kind of fizzled out because we just kind of ran out of time. And
yeah,
I'm like, this year, because I mean, I love Halloween too. I'm like, let's do something. Let's make a plan to do something. So we've been trying to think of costume ideas and shit. Maybe I should be this guy. Maybe I should be Chong for Halloween or something.
Mm-hmm. Also, I was hoping he was going to start singing, "Ooh, baby." You're going to get it, bitch.
Hey, baby. Hey, baby.
Oh, yeah. Get him, Spider, whatever the fuck his name was.
Demon.
Yeah, Demon. That's what I said.
Damn enchiladas.
And he dies like RoboCop, kind of shakes and stuff.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorites in the series. Part 5.
Oh, yeah. I love Part 5, dude. I mean, that movie gets too much shit for no fucking reason, if you ask me. I mean, that movie's entertaining as fuck, and it's 80s as fuck. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm. It's just a fun slasher movie. People get hung up that it's not Jason at the end.
I want to make love to you. I mean,
yeah.
Come on, dude. It's fucking classic.
Yeah, like, what the fuck was that guy in there for? You ever notice that there's only 2 people in this halfway house that seem crazy? And it's the guy that, like, kills the kid with the axe and gets sent away. And I guess Tommy.
The other guy just has a fucking stutter.
Everybody else just seems like, I don't know, maybe they should go to, like, juvie. Maybe not like a nut house.
They just need speech therapy, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, Part 5 is fucking great, man. And it's like, I mean, come on, being directed by a fucking porno director. I mean,
Dennis Diamond.
Yeah, in a weird spot where, like, the final chapter had happened and Jason was dead and they had to bring it back. I mean, the guy did a great job if you consider all those things, like.
Yeah, I like Danny Steinman.
It's an interesting bump in the road. You know what I mean? Sure. It's what's his name and not Jason, but Roy. Yeah, it's Roy, not Jason. But who cares, dude? I mean, Jason's in it, kind of.
It's a guy killing people on a hockey mask. It's for all I knew, it was Jason. I was 6 years old watching that. I didn't know that was fucking wasn't even Jason at the end. I didn't know that wasn't Jason.
Yeah, at the end when he falls down and he sees wearing a mask, I thought that was revealing that Jason himself wears a fucking mask and he's not really bald.
I wasn't thinking that deep that was. It doesn't even look like the fucking paramedic. We talked about this on our last episode. I didn't know that was a fucking Roy. I can't. He's all fucking getting rained on with his eyes closed. He doesn't look like the fucking paramedic.
And it didn't help that the guy that he got to play Jason, Tom Morgan, wasn't as chubby as the paramedic. So it just didn't make sense.
You mean you didn't know it wasn't Jason by the blue chevrons and not the red? Come on, man. You just weren't paying attention.
Exactly, yeah. Look at him. He just like fucking snuck up on her and she popped out of this water and he's surprised that she doesn't want to fuck him after. Like, wouldn't
her pussy is a fucking desert at this point.
Exactly. I just wanted you to like me.
Yeah, that's a turn off too. Can't say that shit. You say that shit to a girl, you're not getting laid for sure. That's automatic shutdown mode.
I always like the scene at the beginning where they're like, "What's in the box?" And he's like, "My whole world. Stick around, you'll see." You think like he had that scuba diving gear in there? Because where the fuck was that? That's his whole world, the scuba diving gear.
There's a guy on Facebook who makes all these like replica masks, and they're only like 20. They're really good. They're only like $20 a pop.
There's a couple guys that do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would, if I knew the name, I would totally plug them because
Crash Cunningham is one. I know.
Yeah.
His are like $150, so but his are like completely screen accurate to the last fucking crack in the mask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. I don't think I would spend $150, but I'll spend $20 for a cheap replica.
Yeah.
I got a Part 8 replica, and I got it signed by Hodder at a convention.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I always like the Part 8 mask.
I do too.
I've heard people say they hate it because it's too big and it covers too much of his head.
Well, they need something better to worry about.
I have a Part 4 replica. Yeah,
that one's cool too.
I'd like to have a Part 5 because it stands out. It's something different. But
I've actually heard.
Go ahead.
You go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. You go ahead.
I've actually heard that Richard Brooker actually played the Jason in Part 5 when it's like in his dreams and his hallucinations, but I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah, that would make sense, but
yeah, I just always heard that.
I don't know the answer to that either, man. I'll have to Google that shit later. Do you guys is like out of the big 3 franchises, Jason, Freddy, Michael, how do you rank them like as your favorite franchises? Like, would you say Jason, like the Friday series comes first, or
I actually always
Nightmare guy?
Yeah, I'm a Nightmare guy. I always liked Freddy.
Yeah, I'm a Halloween guy. Halloween, Friday, and Nightmare.
Yeah. I'd probably put Friday the 13th above Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're all great.
I think Jason or Friday the 13th is always like the nearest, dearest to my heart. I don't think they're better than some of the other, Halloween. I think it hands down the best Halloween like horror movie Halloween movie ever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I like the Friday the 13th series more as a whole in terms of all the movies, the entries and stuff. I mean, you have to admit, Halloween goes off the fucking rails pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? And then Nightmare on Elm Street, those are fun, but, you know, they're definitely in third position for me. You know, like, I like Freddy a lot, but when I'm in a wacky mood and I want to watch a crazy movie, I like 1 and 2 a lot. Everything after that, you know, 3 Dream Warriors is really good. That's definitely like in the prime of my childhood there. But Freddy, I think it slides down to the third slot for me.
Yeah.
But
I always like that just anything can happen in those movies.
yeah, that's where they totally like shit the bed with the remake, man. They took the fantasy element out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had like some weird.
The dreams just weren't as creative and memorable. The ones that were the ones that were ripped right off of the original.
Well, they took all the camp out of it, and they took all the silliness out of it. I mean, Freddy was like a jokester, you know what I mean? And like, they try to make him so. They try to put that Batman Begins thing on Freddy, and it didn't work at all, you know.
And I was already tired of the super serious, like, oh, poor me, I'm Batman bullshit. That'd be great to be Batman.
Yeah, he's a tortured soul, man. That's what makes his character interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Is like, you know, he's a human being. He's not like imbued with powers. So, you know, he's a tortured individual. So he's making this personification. You know, and I think it's an interesting character study. I think that what Nolan did for Batman was amazing, but I wish people would fucking put it down already. Just fucking chill out with that. We're gonna make everything dirty and gritty. Like, you're gonna make fucking Superman dirty and gritty. Like, makes no fucking sense at all.
Yeah, some of them just should be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this guy gets the worst fucking kill in the series, I think.
Whenever I watch that scene, I always think that, man, I like that rug. I wish I had that rug. Sweet rug. No, but yeah, he gets the fucking machete down the fucking taint.
What fucking restraint Steve Miner is showing here, having her titties just a little bit under where we can see and not just moving that camera down.
Just a tiny bit of nippage. Oh, there you go. There's a little bit of nippage, but
yeah,
nipples in 3D, D.
Mm-hmm. I actually read that this was like the first really big, like, distributed 3D movie. Like, it just wasn't, the technology wasn't there until this movie kind of came out. Like, really? Paramount actually paid to ship out the silver screens that they needed for this to be projected on. Like, they just before that time, it was, since you know, certain kind of technology had to be used, it was kind of reserved for, like, you know, a smaller run of theaters where they would you know, have special projectors and stuff to show it. And I guess it was really hard to film this movie again because, like, it was the first time they'd ever worked with these cameras, and, like, I guess whole scenes had to be reshot because they fucked something up. And I guess this is really a little too nerdy, but fun fact, this is the only movie in, like, the original Paramount series that has this aspect ratio. It's like a wider screen. Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a pioneering film, if you want to give it the credit. But I love that she's got a fucking Fango mag.
Yeah. Did you see what the article was before she changed her? That was a great shot. Yeah, but the article was Tom Savini.
Yeah, right. Yeah. He skipped this movie, I guess, to do something else.
He came back for part 4.
Yeah, he came back for the next one, which is, I think, arguably the best in the series.
Yeah, it's the most respected, definitely.
Yeah, it's my favorite, I think.
I think they really hit their formula, you know, they figured out what it was, you know, but
is this the first, like, did this come before like Jaws 3D and Amityville 3D and all that shit? Is this the first?
I think that was around this time, and they all came around this time, like the big boom. Because it seems like 3D always makes a resurgence every 20-something years.
Was the original 3D movies in the 50s with the red and the blue?
I think so, like Creature from the Black Lagoon and stuff. I think that was the red and blue shit.
Yeah, there were some different kinds of 3D. I remember the movie 13 Ghosts, the original one by Roger, or I don't remember who directed it. It was somebody, but yeah.
That was William Castle.
Yeah, that movie had kind of a different kind of 3D glasses.
I don't know if that was so much 3D, but like you'd put on one color and you could see the ghost, and you'd change it to the other color lens and you couldn't see the ghost.
Yeah, maybe that was what it was. I've still never seen that original movie.
The 3D we have going on now is not half bad. I mean, even with if they retrofit it, I went and saw T2 in 3D. That was pretty cool. I mean, it didn't add a whole lot, but it didn't really take a lot away. But it's cool to see that they can, you know, bump up the movie a little bit in terms of its appeal. If it's something, you know, an old school movie or something. But I mean, we went and saw Lego 3D. Man, that shit was insane. It was like, you know, that those types of movies are made for fucking 3D. Yeah. I would, you know, a movie like that is like great to see in 3D. I would prefer to see Star Wars in just a regular standard format, you know, like, you know, but, shit, if they're going to like do Jurassic World in 3D, I'll go see that shit in 3D, you know, like depends on the movie. It depends on like what you're what you're looking for, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
I want to see some 3D porn.
Yeah.
Do you guys like usually are you willing to like pay the extra money to see a 3D movie when you go out to the movies or no?
I've saw it in 3D every time I've seen a 3D movie in the movie theater.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would. I've only seen maybe 2 or 3 3D movies in the theater, but it's worth it, I guess.
That was the best reaction to Jason ever. It's my favorite reaction in the series, or I think that's a tie between that one and one from Part 7. Like he just turns around and sees him and goes, "Ah!" But it's realistic though. That's probably how you react. The one in Part 7 happens in a POV shot, and he kind of looks over and sees that Jason's looking at him, but he doesn't react like, "Oh shit, Jason." He reacts like he just got caught masturbating. See, this is some bad acting.
Oh, she wear it on her fucking necklace, a boot?
I know, it's a blue boot. It's weird. she's definitely the fucking weakest link in this movie for sure, in terms of acting abilities.
She actually doesn't have a lot of lines, but she's not a good screamer right here.
This is the worst of her acting right here.
Yeah. Maybe she really was just stoned at this point. Look at her reaction to getting a hot poker shoved through her. He's like, "I'm going to go fuck this bitch." And we get into the final stretch of the movie.
That's went by fast, guys.
It's kind of funny. It's funny that like this... I always thought it was cool how gradually they introduced like these things in the movie, in this series that we love. Like the hockey mask didn't show up till this movie. And even then it doesn't show up till at least an hour into the movie. I guess I read that before it was the hockey mask, they were actually just going to have him wearing the burlap sack again. But they decided not to because I think David Lynch's The Elephant Man was in theaters around the same time, and they thought it was too much like that.
Yeah, it's weird how like that was just like destiny, you know, like they probably would have just kept going with the burlap sack or something and the fucking series would have failed. But because that happened, like they came up with even the whole story about the mask was like one of the producers on the show or on the movie or something, like was a part of a hockey league and had it in his bag. I don't know how true that is, but it makes for a good story. Yeah, they were just like they tried all these different masks and stuff, and they just threw that one on just for shits and giggles, and it was just stuck. They
ended up like fixing, like changing, because there isn't a hockey mask out there that looks like the Jason mask. You ever notice that, like in Part 8, there's that scene where he sees the billboard, and it's like it's a Jason mask, but they don't make hockey masks that look like that, so they had to like customize it. But yeah, that's what I heard too. Yeah.
I definitely try to look up like early 80s hockey masks and like, you know, the facial armor like totally looks different than. Yeah. They probably just took the concept and just, you know, tweaked it or something, you know, to make it their own. I mean, there's probably like, you know, there's legal issues involved in just taking a mask and, you know, that was already like, you know, like a product for people to consume. And putting it in the movie, they probably didn't want to pay for that, so they probably just casted it.
That's why it's so surprising that they got away with using a William Shatner mask in Halloween. I guess maybe painting it white was enough.
Yeah, they must have just changed it up to where it wasn't really recognizable, I guess. And you won't have to.
Great shot here. Boom. Mm-hmm. Old school Nikes, man. Nice.
Yeah.
Cortez.
Those Nikes were better actors than the fucking guy wearing them.
She just got jizzed on.
She's more scared of a leaky roof than that bitch was getting a hot poker through her chest.
Maybe blood is seeping through. Yeah, I always liked the music in this series. It did like use Psycho as inspiration. Yeah, I always like it. You can really tell something's missing in Part 7 and 8 whenever they got a different.
Oh yeah.
I think Part 7 they used some Harry Manfredini music, but it wasn't original music.
Dude, like I said, it's a formula, and if you take any of the part of the equation out, it's just not. It's just if they had made like the reboot or whatever, if they had put the Mancuso fucking music in there, or was it
Manfredini?
Manfredini, yeah. Sorry,
yeah.
I've had like 6 Bud Lights here, but yeah, if they had put the Manfredini back into that movie, I would love to see a fan edit with the Manfredini music in it. I'm sure it would bring it back, so much more into that, classic feel of Friday the 13th, but it's just all these elements are going to come together, and they had a formula and then they strayed away and it just sucked,
I remember when I saw the remake in the theater, when like the intro where it's just the kids camping in the woods and stuff and looking for weed and all that shit. I was so excited that was just going to be how the movie was.
It's going to be simple,
yeah.
I don't, I saw the reboot in a theater and I really enjoyed it, but, I think it's not a half bad reboot. I mean, it could have been way worse. It could have been way worse. And
it's probably the most, true to form reboot out of the 3 big movies we got. And oddly enough, it didn't spawn any sequels, at least yet.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they're going to be putting the wheels in motion since it fucking destroyed at the movie.
Yeah.
At the box office. So they're going to be
starting. They greenlit that, again.
When is Jigsaw supposed to come out? Is that coming out this month yet?
I'd assume during Halloween. Yeah, that's when they.
I haven't seen jack shit for it on TV or anywhere for trailers or anything.
I've seen like 1 or 2 ads on TV. What do you think they're gonna do? You think they're still gonna have they're finding flash drives and different body parts of Jigsaw? I think they should just fucking pull a Jason and bring him back from the dead. He's just a fucking zombie. Why not? Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's the one thing about that franchise is they always do their own thing, which gives it integrity. You know what I mean? Like Saw, they keep it real. They always kind of think up their own way of reasoning around things and stuff. But I don't know about you guys, but I'm not particularly interested or anticipating that. I mean, I'll check it out when it comes out, but I lost interest in the fucking Saw franchise like 4 movies ago, Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan either.
I think the last Saw movie I saw in theaters was the 3rd one. And when I saw the 4th one, I was like, I'm glad I didn't fucking watch that in the theater.
Yeah.
That was like when the whole torture porn thing was huge,
Yeah, it was huge for a while.
The first couple of movies were really good, especially, I mean, the first one was a trendsetter for sure, but, it got fucking tired, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they try to keep the Jigsaw thing going because you have to have an identifying character like Jason, Freddy, Michael to carry it through. And, they were regretting fucking killing him off. It was because they were going to end it at part 3, but it just kept making money. Yeah, because they have to put a face on it. You know what I mean? Like, dude, is this fucking door made of cardboard or what?
Yeah, they always do that. It's like he's already fucking going at it with an axe. You might as well just put a real door there. Maybe it's harder to fucking do it in real life.
Let's see. Their budget was 2.3 mil, and opening weekend 9.5. Gross was 36. So,
yeah,
I guess they made the right choice, man. It fucking went cheap on this movie, but they made a fucking shitload of money.
I heard up until like part. I think up until Freddy vs. Jason, this was the highest grossing one. If I remember right.
You think that how much of that do you think is attributed to the 3D aspect?
Probably most of it. It's probably like even an event, like even people that didn't give a shit about horror movies were probably going to see this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good way to get asses in seats just to see what it's all about.
I wonder if they were like hyping this up big time, like, I mean, today we know exactly how they're going to hype a movie. They're going to put it on Facebook, Twitter, it's more on social media than it is even on actual TV. I mean, they might throw like a big spot on a fucking NFL game or something, but
yeah, most people don't have cable anymore.
Right. So this shit back in the fucking late 70s, early 80s, like how they promoted. They had trailers before other movies and word of mouth, Fango.
Yeah.
Horror movie, Mm-hmm. I'm sure people were like, oh man, fucking Friday the 13th 3D. I would have been psyched for that shit in 82. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I just saw in the trivia that it was actually the movie special effects supervisor that was responsible for the hockey, having the hockey bag and putting it on him. So if this movie wasn't made in 3D, he might have never fucking wore a hockey mask.
Exactly. Yeah, I've read that same story, and I was like, oh well, I don't know. You watch Crystal Lake Memories, and there's a feud about it, I guess.
Yeah, they couldn't agree on whose idea. I can see that happening. I'm sure everybody wants to take credit for it.
I'm sure it's some like mixture of both or whatever,
Was it? I think they even said it was in the script, didn't they? That he finds a hockey mask.
Well, I think it was just he got a mask, but they didn't know what it was going to be, and they tried all kinds of different shit. And there's just like a random thing that they just kind of threw on us to see how it looked, and it just stuck,
Mm-hmm.
But there's different stories about who had the mask, who suggested the mask, and everyone wants to take credit for the mask because people are fucking, dishonest and they want to fucking take credit for everything. So
yeah, they were probably just stoned.
Really knows.
A lot of coke going around.
That's true. I'm sure there's a big element.
I'm going to throw my name in the hat. I supplied the hockey mask to this. How many commentary or how many episodes have you put out, Josh,
This is episode 23.
Oh shit!
23 with the Michael Jordan episode.
Yeah, dude, we're still in our formative years. I think, I mean, like I said, we're 7 months in, so it's going to be a little while. I mean, we're going to be cranking. There's tons of movies to do. I mean, I still really want to do Sleepaway Camp. It's like one of my favorite fucking movies, dude. And it's like, well, I'm going to have to wait till next summer to do that. Like, that'll be my kickoff the summer movie to do a commentary for next year. But it's just it's weird how this whole thing's been so organic. It's like movie to movie to movie. There's always been some weird outside deciding force. So like, should we switch over to this genre? Should we do a little bit of this, a little bit of that? Or somebody suggests a movie or whatever just happens. It's weird. Mm-hmm. It's like, it kind of just has a life of its own. I just kind of steer the ship a little bit. So, I don't know exactly what R-rated horror is going to be like in a year from now. It might be something totally kind of different, But
I want to do X-rated horror. I want to do like all the roughies and the fucking exploitation movies.
Well, we have an R-rated sci-fi channel. One of my friends was like, I want to do a sister channel, an R-rated sci-fi. I'm like, go for it, and
there you go.
But an X-rated sci-fi or an X-rated commentary would be fucking hilarious, dude.
Do a commentary.
I know.
Wet Wilderness.
I know Zach would be into that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe we'll make it happen. We'll watch Water Power.
We gotta get that ET porno going.
ET, the extra testicle.
Edward Penis Hands or Edward Penis Fingers.
Exactly. Yeah, penis hands.
Wet Dream on Elm Street.
Mm-hmm. These are all ones I've thought about doing.
Yeah, see? This is the beginning of something.
You'd have to go for the parodies of great movies like the Wet Dream on Elm Street, Friday 13th ones.
Forrest Hump.
Yeah, the porno parodies are fucking hilarious, man. I never watched those though.
Yeah, I never watch them when I want to jack off, but I'll watch them like to laugh.
Just to laugh at? Yeah. Yeah, totally. There was like, when I was in the Navy, there was a guy on the ship who got the Pirates of the Caribbean one, which is like this like actually respected porno like parody, because they put like a shitload of money into it or whatever.
I didn't even know one existed.
It's just called Pirates, I think, just Pirates.
Yeah, I mean it's like a legit movie, but with actual fucking in it. So we put it on, we were watching it, we're just like fucking bored out of our minds, dude. We're like, this is like the most like,
So was it marketed as a porno or more like, oh, it's just an art movie that has like, was it like a Caligula where it wasn't really emphasized?
No. It was marketed as a porno movie, but it was like a high fucking like a large scale, well funded, top of the line porno movie. Yeah. So it was like, they actually tried to act. They actually tried to, to put some effort into the scenes or whatever. And then you just have like fucking, and like, of course, all the acting is terrible, whatever. The best, the best the porno world has to offer in terms of acting and stuff. And we were watching and we're like, this is just like incredibly boring to watch. It's like fucking terrible.
Yeah. Who watches that shit to watch the acting? That's why I got 2-minute clips on fucking xvideos.com.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Whenever you see him coming down that shot, looking up, you can see that underneath that shirt he's wearing, he's got another shirt and it's tucked in. I can't see Jason tucking his shirt in.
No, it ain't that fancy.
Hey, well, he can tie his shoelaces, right? So,
yeah.
I always thought of Jason as a Velcro guy.
I do like that shot though, where the rope tightens and he jerks. Like, that's a great that's a great image though. And then when
scary, like you're gonna like put Jason's head in a new. I'd be too afraid to touch that motherfucker. And this shot right here where she opens it and he's just hanging out there, I'd shit my pants.
Yeah. I like how he reaches out too. That's fucking great. That looks really good in 3D.
Yeah.
You know, that's a classic fucking shot. But that's why I like that shot. If you listen to my Halloween 6 commentary, where Michael reaches out his hands when he's mocking Jamie, it reminds me of this scene a little bit. I like that. You know, that sort of that weird gesture or whatever. But
and now he shows his face. So he obviously did he show? Oh wait, no, he showed his face because he's the same guy from earlier when they met. I was thinking like he just showed her his face to be like, look, I'm fucking ugly.
That's funny.
Oh, he's just trying to mind fuck her, I guess, huh?
Yeah, in part 8, he shows the punkers out in New York his face to say, look, I'm ugly. And I thought he kind of did it there too.
But, you know, the thing about this movie, dude, is that like it describes what I know, what I like about Jason, which is like he's this like mentally impaired, hulking sort of like anomaly of a human being. You know, that's the shot. That's the shot I was thinking of
sweet.
Earlier. That's the shot I was thinking of. Yeah, that's the one where he's on the. But anyway, so yeah, like you know, he's like this goofy sort of like retarded guy who's like this hulking. He's got mommy issues and he's a, you know, psychopath, obviously. But they transform Jason into something else in the later movies, which I think kind of betrays the character and stuff. Like you don't see this kind of behavior from like the Jason and the reboots or anything like that, or even like in Jason versus Freddy, you know, or Freddy versus Jason rather.
Yeah.
I like that sort of like goofy, mentally handicapped fucking Jason stuff, man. It makes it more frightening to me.
He really did kind of like, they always kind of change throughout the series. Yeah.
Yeah. This is really the last one where he's kind of going full retard.
Yeah. I guess part 4 a little bit, but yeah, after that is when it was different completely.
Or zombie Jason after this.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the reboot, they don't have any of that. I mean, just like a normal guy in a fucking mask, you know? It's like he's just a serial killer. He's not like a damaged human being, you know?
They even seem to like kind of make him look more normal as a kid as the series went on too, like in part 8. Like they never have him looking like a retard in that movie. He has a full head of hair and shit. He just looks like a normal kid. Until like after he's dead, he looks kind of like he's been in the water for a while.
So just like in the first movie, in this movie, why does she get in the fucking canoe and like just stroll out into the water? Like that would be the last fucking thing I would do if I had just been through a traumatic event. You know, it's like.
Yeah, I always assume the ending of all these movies is a dream.
Yeah,
that's the only. That's really the only way to look at it. Because if you don't, then
love that shot.
That's
a
creepy.
Great. He does. He looks scary there. The way he tries to grab her through the window.
I like the reversal with the mom coming out of the water this time. It didn't really work. It doesn't make any sense, but
yeah, and this
it's kind of cool though, you know.
Yeah, they don't even call him by his name. They don't say Jason in this movie at all. It is supposed to be because they don't know the legend of Jason. So how the fuck would she dream that Jason's mom comes out of the water and grabs her?
It makes a little sense. It's, you know, you can, you know, I mean, she's having a psychotic break or something here, and you know, you can believe that, I guess, but. You know, those were like real worms, like coming out of that.
I like that she grabbed her tits.
I wish I could do that.
Of course she did.
Yeah,
I would too.
Exactly.
Apparently, they had to shoot that scene over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I remember reading somewhere, and you know, that's the one thing about this movie too. It doesn't really have a heavy cop element to it at all.
No, it doesn't. You don't really see him till now.
Which is a really, an element of these movies that's always there, and they just don't. It's none of that in this one.
And she's completely lost now.
Yeah, she snapped.
So her character lives. They could bring her back technically.
It's like she was already like just holding on to her sanity after the first thing that happened to her, and now she's just fucking lost her shit. It's like.
So technically, this movie takes place after part 2, which means that the next day it would have been Saturday the 14th, and then the fourth movie takes place. This is the next day, so this is like Sunday, and then the fourth movie starts at nighttime on this day. Yeah, and then most of the movie takes place the next day.
Yep, exactly. This is a great shot, though.
Mm-hmm.
I love this shot with Jason in the barn with the fucking axe in his fucking forehead, and just it's a good shot, man. It's fucking master image,
That's the one thing that stays consistent with the mask is that axe wound.
Yeah, even in part 8 when it shouldn't be there, it's there.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. The kid just happened to have a perfect screenshot, like a perfect screen replica of the shot of the mask.
Well, it was slightly yellow, but yeah, that axe mark was always prominent. That was made sure.
Mm-hmm.
So there we have it. Where would you guys rank this in the series? One of the better ones, or not so much?
I like it a lot more now that I mean caught up on it a little bit. It's been a few years. I still put it above Part 7 as far as the Paramount series.
Mm-hmm.
I still like my parts 4, 5, 6. I still like Jason Takes Manhattan quite a bit. So
yeah, I do too.
This is probably sitting at 4 or 5 in the series for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say for me it would go like 5, 4, 6, 3. So this is like number 4.
So 5 is your favorite, Josh?
Yeah, because like I said earlier on, it's like it was the entry point for me into the series, and so I have like a nostalgia bond with that movie. If I was going to be like objective about it, I'd be like 4 is definitely the better movie. So 4, 5, 6, and then 3. Then like 2, 1 probably, but
yeah,
personally,
I don't care 1 at all.
I like 1 all right. Yeah,
it's all about atmosphere, and the more you watch them, the more that you kind of. I mean, Pamela Voorhees is fucking great in that movie, and you have to just kind of look at it almost like you look at fucking Halloween 3 is like a separate movie. It's
right
without the iconic killer and appreciate it for what it is, and but so 3 would be on like my number 4 slot probably. So
right on.
Yeah, it's a good movie, man. It's fun. It's a fun movie. It's a crowd pleaser,
Yeah, for
hopefully
sure.
I'll get the chance someday to see it in a theater in 3D. That would be fucking fantastic.
That reminds me, apparently like some theater in Canada actually had one of the last known original 3D version prints of it, and they were showing it every like Halloween. And so I don't know if they still have it or what, but yeah, that'd be cool to get it scanned and shit and get some more copies just in case, if anything, so that it stays out there.
If they've released a modern 3D version of this, I would run out and buy it. I mean, like right away, even if it was like $30 on Blu-ray or whatever, I'd fucking buy it, like. I mean, that would be a no-brainer for me, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know how many like of us huge like fucking Friday fans are left out there, We're a dying breed, man.
It's true.
Yeah.
You guys have any final thoughts on Friday the 13th Part 3 before we wrap this up?
If you're like me and you haven't seen it in a while and you kind of forgotten about it, check it out. I enjoyed it. Have some new appreciation for it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a little. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's always been one that I liked. I put on kind of high up. Not my favorite, but yeah, it's always one I remember and I go back to every once in a while.
I think this is definitely like one of the ones that you have. It's more fun to watch with people than kind of by yourself, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, all these movies are kind of like that, but this one especially is more of a crowd pleaser and stuff. But yeah, I mean, shit, good times, right? Always good
Hell
times.
yeah.
Sure.
Hell yeah, son. All right, well, I want to thank Andy from Trick or Treat Cult for hanging out with us tonight and fucking kicking it, man. Just fucking first time on the R-rated horror commentary podcast, man. Thanks for coming out and hanging out. I mean,
yeah,
I know you're. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say thanks to you. I really appreciate it. It's fun. This is a really fun show to be involved in. We're basically just hanging out watching a movie, you know, and we're just recording our conversation. So it was fun. I liked it.
Way to make it sound exciting, man. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. I don't want to oversell it. I will say this, with the Christmas holiday coming up in a couple months, I want to be on the Christmas Evil or Silent Night, Deadly Night commentary. I'm calling that shit right now, so.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Great movies.
This will be the first R-rated horror commentary Christmas season, so I have to think about which ones I want to do. I should probably start writing that down.
I just told you what you're going to do, so you don't got to think about it.
Yeah, there's not too many to choose from. You gonna do Santa's Sleigh with Goldberg? Nobody wants that shit.
No. We'll do Silent Night, Deadly Night, or Christmas Evil. I've decided.
I did Gremlins already as a solo commentary, but it might be fun to do it again as a
Does
group
Part 2
or something,
take place around Christmas?
Well, yeah, Gremlins is on Christmas. It's all about Christmas.
No, not Gremlins 2, but the first Gremlins, yes. But
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the second one was.
Oh,
no,
I didn't.
no.
Yeah,
man. Well, we'll do more of these together if you want to, man. You're more than welcome to come on board and.
Yeah, for sure. I'm down.
Anytime, man.
Hell yeah, dude. We're always doing shit, so you'll come back. And what about you, Zach, man? Any final thoughts on Friday the 13th Part 3 you like to share, or any other thoughts on anything?
Great chicks. Great tits.
Yeah.
I want to fuck them. That's all I got.
That's the perfect Zach response, man. That's exactly what I was expecting to hear.
That's
all right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out tonight, and we'll be back real soon with another fucking commentary. It'll be fucking kick-ass. I think we're going to do Freddy versus Jason over on the Revival House side. That'll be fun. I think Wizzel and I are trying to figure out like a time and date that we can get together and do that one. So be on the lookout for that. And Andy, looking forward to hearing more from your podcast. And keep it up, man. You guys are doing a good job.
Thanks, man. Same to you. I really enjoy the show, and I appreciate you inviting me on for this one.
All right. Kick ass. All right, guys. Take it easy.